Tears that no mainstream media houses are willing to see, innocent Hindu blood that no international human rights agencies recognize, the agony that no immigration activists acknowledge, massacre after massacre, rape after rape, abduction after abduction, forceful conversion of teenage girls one after the other. That is the reality of the ongoing genocide of religious minorities in Pakistan. Being a non-Muslim in Pakistan itself is a crime by default. Being a Hindu, the biggest crime of all. Today, we're going to talk about the ongoing Hindu genocide and why India's Citizenship Amendment Act matters.
Today, we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Omendra, who is a surgeon by profession who not only saves the lives of his patients but also saves lives of Hindu refugees from Pakistan. So, Dr. Omendra, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on our show today.
Namaste. Namaste. Pleasure talking to
Namaste.
you.
So, Dr. Omendra, can you just tell a little bit about yourself, how you started this initiative, and what do you do, and what is the camp? What are the camps you run, and what all you guys do?
Okay, I was just like any other middle class Hindu. I was running a hospital, did my graduation and post graduation in ENT. I'm a surgeon and I run my own hospital. And being in Rajasthan, it's a state close to Pakistan border. There
Mm-hmm.
was a steady interaction with Pakistani Hindu refugees for the past 15, 20 years. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
quite a lot of them was half a dozen were doctors,
Oh,
and
okay.
they would tell me about the atrocities they used to face there, and I would help them with money, and
Mm-hmm.
because to interact with Pakistani citizens would be touching a very live wire in this country,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hindu or Muslim, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So in 2014, the game changed when Shri Narendra Modi ji put this issue in the election manifesto of the BJP.
Right. Uh-huh.
So I was amazingly surprised that a leader had the vision and the sensitivity to even think about these dying Hindus. And
Right.
I know for sure that the inclusion of this issue in the manifesto of the BJP was personally pushed by Shri Narendra Modi.
Right.
So this is not a party or Sangh agenda. This was purely done by one person, and that is Shri Narendra Modi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once he did that, it became very easy for citizens like me to start working with these people without the fear of law getting going to get into our necks.
Right. Right.
I aligned with the Jai Ahuja. Jai Ahuja is like a brother to me now, because we have been working for past 10 years on this issue now. Jay does all the running around. I do the fund collection and the philosophizing because I have a
Mm-hmm.
hospital to run.
Okay.
So half of my day goes to my hospital, half of the day goes to dharmic work. In 2016, we started an NGO called Nimittekam. Nimittekam was chosen as a word. It's a little complicated, and sometimes people tell me that why did you keep such a complicated word? And I say that, look, there are no easy options in this clash of civilization. You
True.
want some Sanatan Sanstha, help, Swayam Sevi Sanstha, that kind of word. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to compromise on the core Hindu principles of
Right.
Sanskrit, of Vedanta, of compassion. We are not going to be the replica of these Abrahamic death cults. So
Right.
I chose the word Nimittekam because we are all Nimitta means to be the instrument of the divine.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Sri Krishna says this to Arjuna in the Gita that Nimitta matram bhavasavvasachin.
Mm-hmm.
O Savvasachi, O Arjuna, you just be my Nimitta, just be my instrument.
Instrument.
So here we are, the instruments of Sri Krishna, trying to do whatever little we can with these unfortunate Hindus trapped in Pakistan.
Right.
Because of the blunders committed by Congress leadership at the time of
Mm-hmm.
partition. And ever since we started working, we have managed about 700 citizenships in Rajasthan alone in the past 4 years. And now I invested deeply into collecting data and documenting these atrocities which Hindus are facing in Pakistan. And I would say we were reasonably successful because we got the attention of the Department of State of the US.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Indian leadership uh, to to draft this Citizenship Amendment Act, and the results are here in front of everybody now to see that this issue is now a household issue. Whereas these
Right.
Hindus were dying unnoticed.
Unnoticed. Yes.
I've written a booklet on this.
Okay.
Hindus of Pakistan, a genocide
Uh-huh.
forgotten.
Yes.
Okay?
Uh-huh. Okay.
This is
Okay.
I am the author of this. This is my picture. This is the brief. So
Okay. Where people can get this?
I just get it from me because this is a booklet. It's not a book. So
Right.
just ask me.
Okay.
I'll mail it to you.
Okay. 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 Sounds good. So tell us more about like what do you do, like the camps you run, and how like entire process. How does it work?
See, I'm not running any camp here. I am running two offices of Nimittekam, one in Jaipur and one in Jodhpur.
Okay.
I also try to reach out to wherever I find about a Pakistani Hindu refugee, and they approach us with for help regarding citizenship and the documentation. So we go there, we send our team, and we help assist them in that. My main purpose is to integrate these people into the mainstream Hindu society here, and take away the sword of the police and the intelligence bureaus which runs around them. That was facilitated by various notifications between 2014 and 2019 by Shri Rajnath Singh ji as Home Minister,
Mm-hmm.
Srimati Sushma Swaraj as the Finance Minister, Shri Arun Jaitley ji as the Sushma Swaraj is the Foreign Minister, and Arun Jaitley ji is the Finance Minister. They gave us so much relief on this issue. We just spread that amongst, close to 2 lakh refugees live in Rajasthan alone. So I
Oh
don't
wow.
have the resources to take care of 2 lakh people. That's for the government to do.
Mm-hmm.
I run these two offices to help each and every Pakistani Hindu and Sikh to get registered with the FRRO office, with the Intelligence Bureau, and then subsequently line up for citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the past 4 years, Narendra Modi government has granted 10,000 citizenships to Pakistani Hindus and Sikhs.
Okay.
This is something
Okay.
nobody talks about.
Right.
Whereas,
Right.
in contrast, between 2004 and 2014, not one citizenship was given by these people.
Really.
Not one.
So you're saying within that 2004 to 2040 during UPA government, not a single Hindu was granted a citizenship, even though they are being persecuted every day in Pakistan. But
These were forgotten people. Deepen, you to
right,
understand this. That is why I
right,
put the
okay.
title of Forgotten Genocide. Where
Mm-hmm,
in the
mm-hmm,
world, where in this world, the so-called civilized world, 24/7 television,
mm-hmm.
you have three girls being picked up every single day.
Yes, that's true.
Three Hindu girls are being picked up every single day, sir. And
Yeah.
this is not a rabid Hindu speaking. This is a resolution by the European Union Parliament in May 2019. You can
Right.
Google it, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, so don't even go into the realm of these persecuted Hindus have been forgotten. Yes, they have been forgotten and forsaken, except for the present regime under Shri Narendra Modi. And and there have been reasons. Look at the kind of responses people are giving Hindus. These so-called upper caste, upper class, rich Hindus have zero idea of the genocide that's going on. and they come up with weird logics that in future, suppose NRC comes, a community is going to suffer. अरे भाई future तो तब आएगा ना जब present से निकलोगे. There are people who are suffering at present.
At present and from years. So
Decades.
this is funny. I'll tell you when you brought this point up. Um, I had visited. I was raised around Sindhi community. Okay, because
Oh,
my family is a Pakistani Hindu refugee in India.
really?
Yes, I come
Where did
from a
you come
refugee
from?
family, Karachi. Yeah, I understand the pain, sir. I understand it. We're from Karachi, Manoda area in Karachi. So
Your parents made a wise choice.
yeah, so I'm telling you, I was raised around Sindhi community, which is one of the big migrant community in India, and I'm from Mumbai, and we have a big Sindhi community in Mumbai. And trust me, after knowing this issue, I took that issue back to some of the Sindhi major leaders and politicians who I know, and trust me, the lack of awareness was mind-boggling. The way the reactions I got is it's like, okay, I'm safe here, so how should I care? That is the problem I have with Hindu community today. Majorly mindset: A, blindfolded; second, ignorant.
You can't you see. You have to understand there are civilizational reasons for this. In our shastras, there is an
Hmm.
idea called as Shatru Bodh.
Hmm.
See, our forefathers were so wise.
Hmm.
What Hindu leadership and what our caste leadership, community leadership, be it Sindhi, be it Rajput, be it Jat, any leadership, what they've
Hmm.
done is to internalize this threat of Abrahamic faiths that we cannot do anything about it. We are just going uh, to while away our time, wait out the storm, never understanding that the storm is gaining intensity every second. Number one. Number two, when you take away the Shatru Bodh of a society, see this rant of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Ekam Saptvitam Bahuda Vadanti. I
Uh-huh.
I call these Hindus as Vakut Hindus.
Uh-huh.
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam Hindus are called as Vakut Hindus.
Uh-huh.
And I have a very simple test for them.
Uh-huh.
You want to be a liberal?
Hmm.
Go to Kashmir, go to Karachi, or in an Indian ghetto and go and live there. And get your daughter molested every day and then talk about liberalism. It is very easy to talk liberalism when you are living surrounded by Hindus
Yeah.
who don't behead you for a
That's
difference of opinion.
true. I
The,
understand.
the
Completely
real test
understand.
of liberalism is when you live amongst people who behead you for
Yeah.
difference of opinion.
Opinion. Definitely. Definitely.
Vakut, Vakut Hindus.
But like as when we talked the first time, I think you said, forget who don't want to understand. We let's just focus on who will understand. You know what I mean? And that's where the point is, and that's where we have to unite on this. And recently the reason I asked you to talk on this issue, like especially during this time, it is high time people need to, or Hindus need to at least understand in India what they are seeing the protest on CAB. People say they have been misled. No, it is not the misleading. It is the internal hate against Hindus that is coming out on the streets. You need to understand against triple talaq, against Ayodhya case, might be anything. It is coming out. I could say, I just say that because in Mumbai, I'm a student of Islamia. Okay, so that's where I understood the mentality. Before, if I would have never gone to Islamia, I would have never understood what it is. I happened to go there. Obviously, my education was not a religious education, but I had lived around this. That's the reason I understood this mindset. And now, when I see and relate to my college life, it all makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, no, this is
Let's
very.
talk about
This is you have hit the hammer on the head of the nail. That this is the pent up anger against how on earth can these kafirs have a temple? How on earth can they take away Kashmir as a union territory? How dare they?
How did they? Yeah.
We'll show
Hmm.
them. So the triple talaq, everything has the pent up anger,
The anger is bursting out now.
and see anger is a precious energy. Anger is something we should use. But when the anger is premised on illogical understanding of things and and a desire to totally annihilate a population,
Yeah.
totally annihilate a population,
Hmm.
it's with a devious means that you are taking away three girl children of a community every single day.
Hmm.
See how sinister this is. How evil that you're taking away the reproductive potential of a community, hitting the weakest,
Hmm.
the women, the girl, the child who cannot retaliate, happening in 24/7 era of television, and these thugs of media are calling us saffron terrorists. And there is an aphorism I coined long back for them. Media is not with the enemy. Media is the enemy,
The enemy. That's true.
and it's global
That's
thing.
true.
It's happening with CNN. It's happening with.
Oh, it is a big time, and that's the reason we came together and found. I mean, it's very we are connecting to other Hindus over here as well. We want to fight this because no one wants to talk about this. You know what I mean? Media can divert your mind as the way they want to. You know, they can take one report and report in a 10 different ways. So I understand these
But
things. I mean,
it's not about reporting. It's about speaking white lies. I mean,
yeah,
there has to be a
that's
law
true.
here that if you propagate lies, there will be consequences.
Hmm.
I'll give you a very small example. Yesterday, we held a protest uh, against the state government of Rajasthan, which is said that they will not implement this Citizenship Amendment Act. We said the maximum number of refugees from Pakistan are living in Rajasthan.
Hmm.
How can you not implement a central legislation? And about 10,000 odd people gathered there. I've shared everything on my Twitter account, on my Facebook, on my WhatsApp. I've shared every video of that rally. And what are the media and what are the newspapers showing here in Rajasthan? They are
Hmm.
showing a collection of 100 people in front of the Jaipur collectorate who are opposing the Citizenship Amendment Act. They are not showing the pictures of 10,000 people who had gathered in support of Citizenship Amendment Act.
Crazy part about media, they can get away with anything by doing anything. You know what I mean? And that's a global thing. Even in US, over here as well, even in India, is the same thing. It all depends whose money they're working on. And trust me, the zakat money works very big time in the US. Very, very, very big time. If I tell you, uh, there are Indian American congressmen and women who have been funded by zakat money and they're talking against India. They stood against India on the Kashmir issue. They're standing against India on the CAA issue. So this is a another whole new, or if I talk more into it, like, it'll be like opening the can of worms altogether, and then we'll distract from the topic. But
Well,
let's get.
to sum this up, there is a reason why these journalists are called as prostitutes.
Mhm. Right. Makes sense. So let's get back to when. So let's talk about more of the things that are happening to Hindus in Pakistan. When you meet these people, when you talk to them, what they narrate, what they say about it.
I, I'm sorry, it's it's a deep ulcer on my heart.
I'm
to
sorry, I
see Hindus
understand.
suffer like this. And I have a daughter. I don't know, the pain. I really don't know what would I do if somebody was to touch my daughter in a wrong way. And these Hindus have to suffer this every single moment of their life for a singular fault of theirs that they were born into a faith.
Right.
We have no idea why people are born as Hindus or Muslims or Christians. This is all a mystery, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, जीवन एक रहस्य है.
Mm-hmm.
Life is not mathematics.
No.
So somebody being born in a Hindu family becomes a sin. The person has to have a dual identity. When he is in his home, he's a Hindu. When he walks out, he changes his headgear, changes his name to Islamic person. He has to endure that his children will be segregated in the school. He has to endure that any day his property can be confiscated. Any day, as late as 2016, Hindu marriages were not even registered in the government of Pakistan. Can you find a state which does this to
Wow.
human beings?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And see, it makes my heart melt when I talk to a refugee from southern Punjab, Rahim Yar Khan district, is a Meghwal, scheduled caste community. I said, यार तुम लोग धर्म परिवर्तन क्यों नहीं कर लेते हो? क्या
Mm-hmm.
क्या मिलता है तुमको हिंदू बने रह करके? कलमा पढ़ लो. You know
Mm-hmm.
what he said? He said, साहब बाप दादाओं का धर्म ऐसे कैसे छोड़ दें?
Ah.
बाप
See.
दादाओं का धर्म ऐसे कैसे छोड़ दें? And they're ready to pay every price. So when people tell me, Omiji, you're doing a yeoman job, you're doing such a big service, I said, what? I'm doing any service? I'm sitting here in a plush apartment. I'm the cream of the Hindu society. I make more than enough money that I need. My children go to the best of universities. I have properties. I do foreign vacations twice every year. I am doing any service here, sir. I'm having a ball here. I'm having a picnic. The people who are suffering are Pakistani Hindus. And shame on all of us if we do not reach out to them and take them out of a very, very dangerous predicament, which is not their own creation.
True.
They have been betrayed by Hindu and Indian leadership.
Yes,
They have
definitely.
been
Definitely.
betrayed, and we owe it to them, sir, to take them out, especially when Narendra Modi and Amit Shah are so determined. Shame on the Hindus who are opposing the Citizenship Amendment Act without knowing an iota
They do not.
of the suffering of Hindus in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Shame on them.
Definitely. Definitely. I 100% agree. I mean, on top of that, I like to add, it's a really hats off to these Hindus who, even going through, who are hats off to this. I cannot even imagine, like, hats off to them. Even going through this, they still stick to dharma. I mean, you cannot be more brave than this. Period.
Absolutely. These are living, walking gods. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
borderline atheist. I don't believe in God as such. I believe in Krishna,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
do not believe in the Godhead and all that hullabaloo. If
Mm-hmm.
there is a God on this globe, it's either in a child who's less than 5 years, not maligned by this world, or these Hindus who are living, walking gods for me.
Yeah,
Because
I
they live
believe you.
to a
And
promise. See, the promise they held out to their elders. And a promise is everything, boss. Promise is everything.
that's true. That's true. So tell me about this Citizenship Amendment Act when it came in. It definitely is. is limited to people, excuse me, who came before 31st December 2014, right?
Yes.
And obviously the lies that had been peddled into media and stuff, these I'm not going to get into it. But when this comes into the picture, how good or how helpful do you think it would be for? It's mainly for Hindus from Pakistan. Excuse me.
I have Hindus with me who have been living here for past 25 years. I have Sikh gentlemen, a whole colony of about 120 Sikh women, ladies, children, old men. Some of them even died now waiting for citizenship in Faridabad, in Delhi, right? Faridabad is a
Faridabad,
outskirt of
Delhi,
Delhi.
okay.
They have been here from year 2008.
Okay.
Okay, 11 years down the line, there is not a single movement of the papers of the citizenship.
Right.
So to close to 35,000 Hindus and Sardars and Christians and the other minorities, which are negligible, mainly it's Hindus and Sikhs. The amount of message this bill sends to those 35,000 Hindus and the 7 million Hindus trapped in Pakistan and 1.5 billion trapped in Bangladesh is huge, to say the least.
Right.
See, when a state reaches out to persecuted citizens, the message that goes is, you see, the amount of empowerment it does to the Hindu in Pakistan and Hindu in Bangladesh. That if you continue tormenting us, we have an alternative place to go.
Right.
Before 2014, Deepen, I used to get calls from Pakistan. The entire villages were converting.
Wow.
After 2014, there's only been one incident. Otherwise, I have got no phone calls or conversions. People are saying, we're ready to wait. Whenever it comes, we'll migrate to India. Right now, I'm working on 200 families to be taken out of that hellhole. And I have a target. I'm running against a timeline. Within next 1 year, I'm going to take out those 200 families out of that hellhole. I can't tell you the details because then
Oh yeah,
people will start
definitely,
hounding them.
definitely. I understand, and I won't even definitely ask for it. I completely understand. So, so when you do this process, like, what are the challenges you face? I mean, I'm not saying when after CAA comes, like, whatever the changes had been made, it's not going to affect it anyways. But the process, does any challenges do you feel in the process itself?
See, a lot of Hindus and Sikhs who came in 71, 81, and it has been a steady trickle every week. Right now, as we talk, every week 500 Hindus are coming from Pakistan on visas and they don't go back. 500 Hindus per week.
Hmm.
Approximately 200 are coming to Nimittekam. Nimittekam is taking care of their every FRRO and all that. Now, right now, the because the Munabao train connection has been stopped because of the hostilities between our two countries, the
Hmm.
trickle has slowed down. Otherwise, the moment the train is opened, we will start getting 500 refugees every week. Now, to register them is within itself a difficulty. It's a big challenge for us. We are outstaffed and we are outfunded. We don't have money to employ people who can do the documentation. I'm stretched to my limits. So this bill actually has more optical value and a more civilizational value for us. And the problems we're facing is that in this trickle, what happens is, suppose a Hindu or Sardar has come 30 years ago. They have even forgotten that they were Pakistani citizens. And they are not yet registered. Actually, if you ask them, they are not registered.
Hmm.
So to dig out these people from the masses in villages, in dhanis, in cities, in kasbahs, in sub-centers, in semi-urban centers, that is the real challenge. And
Hmm.
it has to be done in the next 6 to 8 months. I have been asking Hindus globally to fund us more prolifically, and people have responded. I must say that. So we will employ more people. We'll have to send people at least within Rajasthan to go to every district, find out about Hindus and Sikhs who came from Pakistan 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 30 years ago, and they are still not registered.
Hmm.
So we have to drag these people out and get some documents, get
Right.
them into the mainstream of the country. That's the real challenge. It's a humongous
Right.
task, and
Oh
Vish Hindu
yeah,
Parishad
yeah, yeah, definitely.
is working with us on this.
Okay, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Because they also have the manpower, that kind
Oh
of
yes,
manpower to do that. Yeah, definitely.
I must
So,
mention here that the Vish Hindu Parishad has been. I think it's a woken out of the dead. I think I had
mm,
given up on this organization in my working for the past 15 years. But in the last 3-4 years, I've seen amazing activity.
in
And
Vishwa Hindu Parishad.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, okay.
The good news is people like Swami Vidyananand ji, Prashant Talkar ji, phenomenal people, and they are holding us, they are leading us from the front. So, so we'll fight. We are fighting back. We are fighting
Oh,
back.
that's good. That's good. That's good. It's always good to hear because I always admired these organizations. When I used to live in India, but um, uh, somehow something went wrong at a time. I guess I don't know.
I told you, Wakoto
Mm,
Hindus took over, and they
okay.
even convinced them that you can humanize mad dogs, and it took people like us to tell them that logic and experience, Purva Paksha, they tell
Purva
us that
Paksha.
you cannot humanize mad dogs. You can shoot
Y-
them in
You
the
know,
head.
that recently this instance happened on London Bridge. The guy who got killed by the terrorist, he was working on the cause of humanizing the terrorist.
I
So
think
and he
I
got
think he's
killed.
not the right person to quote here, but Hillary Clinton said, "When you breed snakes in your garden, you can't complain that they bite you."
Right, right, definitely, definitely,
So
and
humanity has
also.
to understand this. It's entire mankind. So I'm a Savarkarite to that extent that I haven't read much of Savarkar, but when he says that if you ask me who am I, then I'm a citizen of the world, because I travel the world, I see such beautiful people, I meet such nice folks who are
Mhm.
who don't care about my religion, my color, skin, my
Oh yeah.
weight, my hair color. They just deal me with a human being, and this world is a beautiful place. But if you say that I'm a Muslim, then I'll say I'm a Hindu.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely,
As simple as that. So my
definitely.
global understanding stops when your global understanding stops. Otherwise, I'm a
He,
citizen of the world.
oh yeah, definitely. I believe in the same thing. So also, just going a little back when we were talking about it. So BJP or RSS predominantly known as about like Brahminical party and about high caste, upper caste and stuff like that. And when the people talk about, then they say, oh, they're Hinduizing, but they forget like these Hindus who are coming from Pakistan, they mainly are not upper caste Hindus. So you want to talk about a little bit about that?
Oh yes, that's my favorite topic because I have to destroy. I have to educate Hindus about this debauchery being committed in the name of Meme Bhim Ekta, this Dalit Muslim Ekta. 80% of the Hindus coming out of Pakistan are Dalit Sahodaras. The word I use for them is Sahodaras. Dalit is not the right word.
Hmm.
Like idiots, we walked into the trap of the leftists by using this word. How can a Hindu be Dalit?
Correct.
You can't say Ominder Singh Ratnu Neech and then you say, Omiji, I respect you a lot. You're calling me Neech and you say you respect me. The first thing for your respect is stop calling me Neech. Right? So
Right.
these are not
Right.
Dalits, they are Sahodaras. It will take some time for us. as a race, to as a civilization, to shift from Dalit to Sahodaras. They are Meghwals, Bhils, Balais, Kolis, Old Rajputs. By the way, I'm an OBC.
Mm-hmm.
So I consider RSS as my mother.
Mm.
Right, sir?
Mm-hmm.
So all these lies of a Brahminical upper caste. I'm no upper caste. Okay, I'm an OBC, and I am ready to die for my dharma. And RSS, in my past 35 years of interaction, I have not seen an iota of Brahminical trace in RSS at least. If that was the case, then an extremely backward caste, a Teli, Ghachi, Narendra Modi would not be leading this nation.
True.
And a Jain,
Definitely.
and a Jain would not be the second most powerful man of this country.
Yeah, that's true. So it's a definitely people has to get more into it, and
These cliches don't hold any relevance, Deepen. You
it
understand
is
this?
it
It's
is
lies
not. It is
peddled by
not.
the
It is just a propaganda. So my favorite thing when I when I write an article or say and talk to people, I say the best thing or the worst thing about propaganda is you do not need no proof. Until the time it is proven wrong or debunked, the damage is already done.
yes, yes. Goebbels is winning right now.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. It would take a while, but all in all, the thing is that the Hindus need to unite to begin with.
I, I think globally, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, everybody needs to unite. We are confronted with a very, very, very evil, vile, violent, and dangerous philosophy. We
See,
we
in that
only got
case,
peril.
yeah, in that case, I'll tell you the same phenomena. Recently, I had started seeing in conservative Christians in UK. I'm in contact with a couple of them.
Yes.
I write for a UK media house as well sometimes. Okay, so I see that they are now realizing. Okay, they used to say, okay, we ruled on these people for 200 years, might be Pakistani or Indian. They feel like that, but now they're realizing who is our who is our friend and who is our enemy because what is going on in UK. And the landslide victory in UK has to do a lot with that kind of a intention. You see what I'm saying? So I see this conservative, but the problem with that is what I see is in US. We do a lot of what you call is a kind of a tracking and these kind of conservative organizations, what they're running shady things in India and against Hindus. You will be amazed the kind of things are done by here. But okay, they will. It will take time, but they will get to it. Do you think there is anything, any kind of you had heard or you feel there is any way the government will back off from this?
No way. No way. See, Nimittekam right now, our organization is a litigant in the Supreme Court now. We
Okay.
are defending the Citizenship Amendment Act in the Supreme Court now. We have the videos, we have the documents, we have the FIRs, we have the court proceedings in Pakistan, how Hindus are being killed every single day.
Right.
And we will present all this to the Honorable Court. There is no way that any sane human being will not understand the pain, the anguish, the genocide of these Hindus. And this act, it has such a limited scope.
Yeah.
This act is merely giving citizenship, which is a pent up citizenship of the past 20-25 years, as I
Oh
told
yeah,
you,
that's it.
and reducing the. And I'll tell you, I'll give you a very simple logic. These morons who are saying that NRC will go against Muslims, अरे यार अक्ल के अंधों, this act says that we are granting a special privilege to citizens persecuted religious minorities of Pakistan,
Minorities.
Bangladesh, and Afghanistan,
Bangladesh.
right?
Yeah.
Now, when the NRC comes and there is a Hindu who has got no document, he will be simply deported. Because even, listen to me, even
Right.
in this law, he has to hold a Pakistani passport. He has to prove that he is from Pakistan
Mm-hmm.
or Bangladesh or
Mm-hmm.
Afghanistan. You see, India is not a dharamshala where every Hindu can walk in.
Right. Right. True. True. True.
Every Hindu can walk in, every Muslim can walk in, every Jew can walk in and get a citizenship by naturalization. This law,
Yeah.
this amendment is not stopping that.
Mm-hmm.
All this act is saying is that prove that you are a religious minority from these three countries
3 countries.
and you will be granted citizenship.
Yeah.
Now, suppose all Hindus and Sikhs of these two countries come, because in Afghanistan there are 500 Hindus left, so let us not count that.
Yeah.
We want same thing happen to Pakistan. 7 million Hindus in Pakistan and 1.5 billion in Bangladesh. Suppose all
Bangladesh.
of them come in. Suppose all of them come in. They will still have to have the documents of their parent country.
True.
So who is talking here about Indian Muslims?
No one
Or
is talking.
Hindus who are not from these three countries and still they are being preferentially treated. No way. If a Hindu is from Burma or from Bhutan, he doesn't get the benefit of CAA.
No.
He has to get a citizenship through naturalization.
True. True. Yeah. So.
People like Tavleen Singh, people like Shekhar Gupta, people like these, I used to respect them. I used to honor their opinions. These are intelligent people. And at the time, Tavleen Singh even spoke in the favor of Modi that I want, she's the only journalist from the Lutyens family, Lutyens Delhi, who has spoken against this kleptocratic family.
Yeah.
And
True.
she's the one who called the bluff of jihad.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
look at her tweets on CAA. No, what rubbish is she talking?
One good thing with the CAA protest that is going on, what I personally believe, one good thing is that people are seeing the real face. People are seeing, not everyone obviously, but people are seeing the wolf that was wearing the skin of the sheep under the name of whatever you call it, like Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb, or you call it, like secular India. Yeah, the reclaiming democracy. I said reclaiming democracy protest has to be run by the chants of Narai Takbir, Allahu Akbar. That's reclaiming democracy. So it's so
See,
for what they are doing.
I have been running around the globe for the past 10 years now talking about Pakistani Hindus. At max, I would say I would have impacted about 10 lakh people. I would have reached out through the internet or my personal interaction or my emails or my WhatsApp. I'm just giving a random figure. Maybe I reached out to 10 lakh Hindus globally. That this is what is happening to Pakistani Hindus. But what does CAA do? CAA की तकलीफ क्या हो रही है? भाईजान लोगों को तकलीफ क्या है? तकलीफ ये है कि ये एक योजनाबद्ध तरीके से इन एन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड मैनर एक हिंदू और सिख समाज को एक देश से समाप्त निर्मूल कर दिया जा रहा है। अब तक वो काम चुपचाप चल रहा था, अब खुले में आ गया। CAA का रियल बेनिफिट मेरे लिए 35,000 हिंदूज की सिटीजनशिप नहीं है। मेरे जैसे वर्कर के लिए, मेरे जैसे स्वयंसेवक के लिए विक्ट्री का एक ही पैमाना है। The bluff of this mafia has been exposed by
Yes.
एक आदमी ने कह दिया यार राजा नंगा है, कपड़े नहीं है, उसी बात की तकलीफ हो रही है।
उसी बात की तकलीफ है। Then, and I'll repeat it. I personally feel what's going on, ये जो चल रहा है 2 हफ्ता 3 हफ्ता 1 महीना चलेगा, बट द थिंग इज दैट इनका सही चेहरा सामने आया है और ये आना भी चाहिए. ठीक
भाई
है.
पार्टीशन हुआ था ना, तो कोई 24/7 टेलीविजन नहीं था.
There was no
कश्मीर को
social
जब निकाला था ना, तो उसको ये चबा गए. सोशल मीडिया नहीं था. अब कपड़े उतर गए. और 1% हिंदू भी जाग गया. 1 करोड़ हिंदू, 1%, 100 करोड़ हिंदू है ना हम लोग. 99 करोड़ को झक मारने दो, इनको बॉलीवुड देखने दो, इनको टीवी सीरियल्स देखने दो, इनको थीम पार्टियां करने दो, इनको वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की बकवास करने दो. 1 करोड़ हिंदू भी अगर असलियत जान गए,
तो है या नहीं, ये है. और सोशल मीडिया का बहुत बड़ा हाथ है उसमें. लाइक सोशल मीडिया इज गिविंग एन अवेयरनेस, बट इट आल्सो मैटर्स. लाइक इवन द पीपल इन माय एज or in our generation need to also understand what are we giving to our kids while growing up, what are we inculcating the pride in them. That is very important. And that's what I'm seeing in US is the kids now in US, a lot of Hindu kids are ashamed to call themselves Hindu because the Hindu phobia anti-India lobby is so strong over here. They go to this universities where Indian kids die to go to.
You can't lobby against Vedanta. Can you lobby against Vedanta?
No, that's true.
Can you lobby against Bhagavad Gita?
No.
Are we following the Bhagavad Gita? Are we following Vedanta? Don't blame it on the lobbies, sir. Blame it on yourself.
No, I'm not blaming on the lobby. I'm saying yes. We as a community is at fault.
Yeah.
We as a community is at fault.
Yes. We as parents are at fault.
Yes. That's what I'm getting to. That's what I was saying.
Yesterday I was talking to a patient who happened to be a Brahmin, and I said, "Sir, you are a Brahmin. Quote one shlok of the Bhagavad Gita to me. One shlok." Then no. 32-year-old Brahmin, he did not know one shlok of the Bhagavad Gita. We have these kathavachaks in this entire globe running around. I will not name them. There's no point getting personal. What are they talking about? They're talking about Bhagavad. Bhagavad is the story of Sri Krishna, right? Now we're indulging in these fables of Sri Krishna running around women, playing his flute and running around cows. Nobody is talking what Sri Krishna has taught. Because वो खून का पानी करना पड़ता है ना. भागवत में बैठ के झींझप 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 करने में तो क्या जाता है? कर लो. It's like going into a trance or auto hypnosis. But भगवत गीता को जब जीने जाओगे, सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुच. सब धर्मों को छोड़ अर्जुन तू मेरी शरण में आ जा. कहां से, कैसे आप इस सिविलाइजेशनल लड़ाई को जीतेंगे अगर जो कृष्ण कह रहे हैं वो आप सुन ही नहीं रहे? तो किस भाई, आप अगर गीता के सत्य को सार्वजनिक जीवन में स्थापित करेंगे, कौन सी लॉबी? कैसे आपका बच्चा एंटी हिंदू हो सकता है? मेरे बच्चों के साथ मुझे कभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती. द मोमेंट जैसे कि पापा ये हो रहा है, मैंने कहा भैया गीता पढ़ लिया, वो फलाना श्लोक खोल के पढ़ लिया, पापा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व. प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व. भाई वो मैनुअल है. वो गीता इज नॉट फेबल. वो कोई कहानी नहीं है. वो गीता. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम यही है ना कि हम गीता को सार्वजनिक जीवन में कहाँ स्थापित कर रहे हैं? कौन बात करता है उपनिषदों की? कौन बात करता है वेदांत की? आपका तो पूरा लेफ्टिस्ट चला रहा है.
To wrap up this interview, would you like to just give your ending remarks on this entire issue?
There are two things we need to do as far as Pakistani Hindus are concerned.
Okay.
Number one, raise hell at every forum that you get that this is happening right now. Still, even after CAA, Hindus do not know what is happening. We have to keep up the pressure. I keep sharing videos. 3 days ago, a girl has been picked up from Karachi, Mehak Keswani.
Keswani.
I shared
Yeah.
those videos
We
very clearly.
we
And
posted
that father
about
is
it. Yeah.
weeping there. Imagine the plight of a father who has to live with this fact that now my daughter is alive, converted to a faith she didn't belong to, she didn't want to, and now she will breed more jihadis who will act like her tormentors. I honestly don't know what I would have done if my daughter was subjected to this fate. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
So raise awareness and raise funds. You
Mhm.
have to have a parallel of zakat in Hindu dharma. I call it dharmansha. 100 rupees every month, every Hindu has to start giving to Hindu organizations. Those who get connected to me, I ask them to give Nimittekam 100 rupees every month. And the mathematics is pretty simple. 1 crore Hindus, 1 crore awakened Hindus globally, give 100 rupees a month. You have a fund of 100 crores. Imagine what you can do with 100 crores. Imagine what all you can purchase, what all media, what all leadership, what all lobbies. Everything can be done with 100 crores. So your salvation lies with Kautilya's Arthashastra. And you
Mhm.
don't tell me that puncture repairers and child molesters are going to win this war against the people who are the inheritors of Bhagavad Gita and Vedanta. Don't tell me this.
No, definitely not. All right, Doctor. Thank you very much for joining us, and it was a pleasure talking to you. We definitely would love to continue on some other topics and talk to you. Definitely, I believe you're working on the halal economic lobby
Oh, yes.
altogether. Yeah, we would definitely love to get connected on
Let's
that
talk
issue
on the Bhagavad
sometime.
Gita someday.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. That would be interesting. All right.
Pleasure talking to
Thank you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you.
The pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you.